First drones, now phones. 6 months after Amazon announced plans to develop mini flying machines to deliver packages right to your door, the online retail giant is jumping into the well-established, highly competitive cell phone market. So will we all be trading in our iPhones and Androids for the Amazon Fire phone? Hiawatha Bray is a technology writer for the Boston Globe. Welcome back to Greater Boston.
Hey, glad to be here.
I know you haven't had a chance to fool around with this yet.
Nope.
But what's the deal here? Why is Amazon getting into the phone business?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Well, there's several reasons. First of all, they got into the tablet business, and the Fire tablet for them is basically like giving everybody a storefront. It's like a way of making sure that when people use their tablets and if they decide they need new books, they need new clothes, they need new anything, there is the storefront for buying that from Amazon right there. Same thing applies to the phone. The phone is going to now be a storefront as well as just a communication device. The big challenge for Amazon, of course, is that we have recently hit what I think of as a technological plateau in the terms of the smartphone. If you look at all the latest smartphones, they're all good. I mean, the top of the line ones are fantastic, and they all have pretty much the same set of features. So the central question for Amazon is, what can they bring to the table that is going to make people say, well, I'm going to get the Amazon phone as opposed to somebody else's? I mean,
What's the answer to that?
Well, what they're trying to do, and apparently it was co-developed in part by a secret lab that they have right here in Boston or in Cambridge, is that they have apparently come up with a technology that takes the concept of 3D and takes it almost to the next level. They have little cameras embedded in the phone that keep track of your eye and head position as you use it. And so this sort of 3D effect persists no matter at what angle you're holding the device. And one of the things they're talking about is, for example, say you get a screen on the phone and you're trying to get a visualization of a theater you're going to or a sports arena you're going to, and you can visualize the seat you'll be sitting in, and then you can rotate the phone and look to your left and look to your right. It's like almost as if you made the phone screen larger, because by tilting the phone you will see
That's
things.
That's kind of
cool. It does. If it works the way I'm hearing, and I've got to get my hands on one, it sounds like it would be a major step forward in phone displays, and that might really be useful. But
need to get one tonight.
On the other hand, look at the Fire tablet. It's actually not done that well. It's sold adequately, but it is a very good tablet, and it had that brilliant feature Mayday, where if you need tech support, you touch an icon and an actual human being appears on the screen. It's brilliant, but it's not doing that great. It's not coming close to measuring up to, say, the iPad.
Okay, you wrote about this today, and you are wearing them this evening. And these are these two clip-on cameras. Tell me what they do.
These cameras are automatically taking pictures. This is this idea that you should be able to document everything you do in your life without actually having to do anything consciously. And so this one is developed by a company in Sweden. It's called the Narrative Clip, and this one automatically takes a picture every 30 seconds.
Why do you want to do that?
Well, it depends. I had that same thing. You're seeing some of the pictures that I was taking. Exactly. And in my daily life, a picture of what I'm looking at every 30 seconds gets pretty dull. This one over here, by the way, is made in Great Britain. How many electronic products do you know of that are made in Britain? Well, this is one of them. It's called the Autographer. That's how the British guys pronounce it. We'd call it the Autographer. And it takes much sharper pictures than this one. And this one, and this one uses all kinds of computers to figure out when to take a picture. It doesn't take a picture every 30 seconds. Instead, it waits to see if you move or change an angle or if there's some different image on the screen, and then it takes a picture. And this one also can be hooked up to your phone, and you can use Bluetooth, and actually you can see what pictures are stored in the memory. Now, this is actually something that's being aimed for people who are involved in sports, people who are going to parties, people who are doing anything, like when you're on vacation and you don't want to have to consciously take pictures. This is automatically
going to do it for you.
What about
the framing? And the whole point of taking a picture is, I mean, how can you even tell what the...
Big problem. In this, and in both cases, well, no, particularly with this case, you can't even know what you shot until you load it into a computer. But this is also a fascinating thing, because they have a service. It's $9 a month. When you plug this into your computer, these pictures are uploaded to a computer in the cloud, and it actually decides which pictures are good, which ones should be discarded, and it takes the good pictures and stitches them together into a little slideshow. And it actually works. It discards all the junk and saves the good ones.
Could be a good crime-solving tool.
Absolutely.
All right, so these devices that are a combination of watches and life sciences, they take your pulse and they tell you how many feet you've walked. So we talked about this the last time you were here.
Absolutely.
But now it's one device. It's all rolled into one.
Well, increasingly, because you have these sensors like the Samsung Gear Fit, which I've actually tried out, which basically is sitting there measuring your pulse, measuring your footsteps, using the vibrations of your body to do that. You know how they measure your pulse is really cool. You strap it to your wrist and it beams a light through your skin, and it can actually measure your pulse by the reflected light coming off of your skin. So that's how that works. And
could it predict a heart attack or something like that?
I don't know if they've gotten to that point. I mean, you know, people are working on that. At CES, they actually were demonstrating, that's the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, they were demonstrating sensors that go into your shoes. It turns out that you can predict things like stroke and heart attack by the way somebody is walking. So you'd put this sensor in somebody's shoe, it would be connected by Bluetooth to their smartphone, and if your gait changes in any significant way, it would send you a warning. You are in danger of having a stroke. Please contact your doctor. So yeah, they're getting to that point. This whole idea of attaching sensors to our body to measure all kinds of physical situations is going to become standard. I mean, people talk about wearable computing like Google Glass. I don't see that really going anywhere, but the fitness technology is catching on.
I agree.
Big time.
It's cool. All right, Hiawatha Bray, as always, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.